Heat.
What's up, everyone? It's the Interview Queen Alicia Toot here, and be sure to watch True Heel Heat.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Happy Sunday. Hello.
Happy
we are
Sunday.
back, guys.
We're back. It's been a minute.
It's been
At least it's been. I mean, we've been here. We've been doing like pay-per-view reviews and stuff with Sid, but we're back on Serving Face and Hills, folks.
Yes. Are you excited? Because I am.
We apologize for the long absence, but life has been happening.
Exactly.
Good things, bad things. So either way, we are here. We're excited to be here with you guys again on Sunday, talking about women in pro wrestling. We have a bit to cover. We'll briefly kind of recap the pay-per-views that happened last weekend.
Yes.
I guess it's been a week already. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then we'll just go over kind of a couple of the shows this week. Not everything. We're kind of keeping it short, folks. It's my husband's birthday. So,
happy birthday to him.
We're going to do breakfast and the whole nine. So it's still pretty early here where I am. So we plan on doing all that. But
it's great.
We can't start today's show by just taking a moment of silence. Today is September 11th. And as you all know, September 11th, 2001, the Twin Towers came down in New York City due to terrorist attacks. And I don't know, it's still a day that I respect. I for the people who lost their lives, the first responders that ran in, and I still remember to this day where I was when it happened. And so if we want to take a moment of silence to pay our respects to those people who lost their lives that day, let's do that now.
Yes.
Okay. Again, to all the first responders out there, till to this day, like, you guys are amazing. It's amazing. There's a lot of women first responders that just do not get the acknowledgement and respect they deserve either. So we appreciate you. You guys run into danger and step away from it to protect all of us. And we appreciate you guys.
Absolutely.
Another piece of sad news, Queen Elizabeth did pass away this past week. She was queen since I've been born. She's been queen, I think, for a lot of generational folks. So it's going to be different. It's going to be weird. We'll have King Charles III taking over.
And we have to go back to a man. Well, not McGee, but they have to go a man.
They have to go back to a man. There's a lot of back and forth on Queen Elizabeth, and if people agree with her, don't agree with her. Either way, you have to understand how much this woman has been through, how much she has seen in her lifetime, which is just crazy to me. Obviously, rest in peace to her. Prayers go out to the family, because she is still a grandmother, a mother, to the people that she left behind, a sister. So just praying for them and this transition that the UK is going through.
Right.
It's going to be different. So we'll see what happens there. And with that, let's get into some wrestling news. It wasn't too eventful this week, at least for women. I think it's been an eventful week in general. Or it's been an eventful year, for being honest.
Yes,
for wrestling,
absolutely.
This week, let's talk about Thunder Rosa, friend of the channel. So there were a couple reports that came out about Thunder Rosa. First of all, she's she's injured. She came out and said that she had to take some time away. It is reportedly a back injury, but she will not be able to compete in AEW right now. Again, she is recovering from a back injury. There seems to be speculation whether or not she's truly injured or not.
Right.
Who knows? Either way, we wish her a speedy recovery, and hopefully she's back. And some other news that came out from that. One was a rumor. It was completely killed. She did not ask for her release. There was a report that she asked for her release. She did not.
Okay.
Completely killed rumor. However, a rumor that was confirmed from Fightful, I think it was from Voices of Wrestling, is the one that reported it. And Fightful confirmed is that there is some backstage heat with Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa, like real life heat. Basically, it said Fightful is confirming reports Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker have legit heat for over a year now. Jamie Hayter also has beef with Rosa, believing to start when Rosa broke her nose from being too stiff. I guess Toni Storm was set to win the title from Rosa, and Rosa's injury is not a work per Fightful. So we'll see. Good morning, Eddie. Good morning. I see Hassan.
Hi, Monet.
Hi, Monet.
Good morning.
Hey, girl. And then I'm gonna say this wrong. Safet.
Sajo.
I apologize.
No. Yeah.
But hey.
Good morning. How are you?
Morning. So I don't know. Like, what do you think about this backstage heat between Toni, Britt, and Jamie?
It's unfortunate, because we want to see the women, succeed and not like be known for like having catty little issues backstage, but also they're going to give us like great matches once they're in the ring because they legit don't care for each other.
Don't like each other, yeah.
So I think, it's unfortunate, but also as a fan, it's going to be something exciting to watch.
I think so too. I mean, obviously, I think we all know some of the greatest matches come out of real animosity. So, hopefully, again, we wish Rosa a speedy recovery. And when she does get back, absolutely. I'm assuming we will see Toni Storm versus her. Getting into that real quick, we'll circle back around to Toni Storm. But also in the news, we saw actually Sasha and Naomi
out here in these streets, having the best time in their life. Girls get it. I'm enjoying
living their best life.
Living their summer. What? Like, look at how sexy these.
Look at them.
You understand what I'm saying? Like when you take a little break, things happen, and I mean, wow.
Happen. I mean, they're making most of the time. They're making most of their time away from WWE right now.
I feel like they're working more than they were working when they was with them.
Right. No, honestly, because I mean, as we know, Vince did not allow outside projects. So I really appreciate that they're getting to do this. So Sasha and Naomi were both spotted in New York doing the runway, Tell the Truth, and for New York Fashion Week, and they look amazing.
They did several shows at that. They didn't just do one. They did several shoots. Very, very beautiful to see these ladies like out here working, not worrying about anything else. They look amazing. First, they look stress free.
Yes,
like they needed a whole, I guess, like reset. And I guess this was what was needed, maybe, even though it was unfortunate of what happened. Right. Absolutely. It's unfortunate how things happen, but reset is always good for your mental, your body, everything.
Yes.
So this right here, they look like they're having the best time now.
Yes, no, they really do. I'm happy for them. Keep doing your thing. Obviously, we all want them back in the ring eventually.
Right.
But in your own time, ladies, do what you got to do, right? Do what you got to do. So, with that being said, we can get into wrestling this week, if you will. Again, we'll go over Clash and All Out.
Yep.
The women's matches, though, there's people. For Clash, first of all, Clash of the Castle, we did do a recap show with SP3
last week, catching on the channel.
And JJ. It was a lot of fun. Clash of the Castle to me was a great pay-per-view. Again, all around for the most part, it was really good. They delivered. The crowd was freaking amazing.
Yep.
The women, one of the women's matches, or the first one, the opening match actually,
Open the match, yes.
was Bianca Alexa Bliss and Asuka, excuse me, versus Bailey, Dakota Kai, and Io Shirai. This was a very fun match to me.
Very, very good.
It
very
showcased
good.
every single lady's talent,
Set the
what
tone
they're
for the
best
show.
at.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a fun match, right? It wasn't meant to be like a classic, a banger, if you will.
Yeah.
It was meant to be fun. It was meant to get the crowd hype, get the crowd going, and they delivered. It was actually a very good match.
Yes.
I think I said every time Asuka and Io got in the ring, I think I completely popped because they were hard hitting. These women, these two know each other so well, so well.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to hopefully them feuding in the future here. But with that being said, I thought it was really cool how they were able to get Bianca Belair pinned, right? Bailey pinned her, but not until every single woman hit their finisher on Bianca Belair.
Exactly.
To keep her down.
Great ending. Yes.
It was a great ending. If that's how you're going to pin your champion, that's how you do it. And Bailey now has the number one contendership. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yep. Well, ladies, just take notes on like how you should do a 6-women tag match and like have everyone showcase and do their thing, which I can appreciate from all of them. Everyone shined. I feel like no one didn't have like more time than the other, if that makes sense. And they set the tone for the show, I feel like.
Absolutely. And that crowd just singing to Bailey almost the whole match. And again, I think we talked about this last week, but like how she stayed in character, I have no clue.
Right.
I have no clue. Because I would have been like, that was her first match back after being out a year with injury. That had to be emotional for her. That had to be exciting for her. But to get that kind of reception from that big UK crowd had to be insane. Like just to be like, and she stayed in character the whole time.
Right.
Booing them, telling them to shut up. Like it was just, she's great, man. She's great. But it was a good match. Again, Bailey, Io Shirai, and Dakota Kai picked up the win. And we advanced some storylines in that with Bailey and Bianca Belair. So we will talk about what happened on Monday Night Raw here soon. And then the other match at Clash was for the SmackDown Women's Championship, Liv Morgan versus Shayna Baszler. They were in a tough spot following Sheamus and Gunther. I thought they were in the right spot, though. I think most people, again, didn't expect this to necessarily be a banger match, if you will. But they surprised me. They had a lot more chemistry than I thought they would. To be honest, it was actually a good match.
Yeah, I think they delivered for what position they were in, the spot they were in, especially after such a banger of a match. Definitely think that they will meet again, if that makes sense, because of the way the finish happened or whatever. But I was hoping that Shayna was going to come out on top, but I guess they're waiting time more so for her and Ronda to have more of a better feud than her and between these two or whatever. So I can wait patiently for Liv to like keep being the champion right now. She's in a tough spot, especially on SmackDown. There's not much much over there happening. Sorry. But we'll see what happens. What's the next pay-per-view for them? Is it
Extreme
Rules? Okay, so we have Extreme Rules. She's supposed to go against Ronda. Well, I said that too fast. Sorry.
We haven't got there yet, girl.
Sorry, friend. Okay,
it's okay. It's
my
bad.
CM.
Good morning,
Good
girl.
Morning, CM.
Frantic.
Hi, Frantic.
Good morning,
Eddie.
Appreciate you guys. Oh, hi, Eddie. Appreciate seeing you guys this morning. So that was Clash. Oh, sorry. Liv ended up picking up the win from Shayna, pinning her to the mat. To be honest, that's what Liv needed. Liv needed the win.
Yeah, she needed a win.
And I can't say dominant because Shayna was dominant, I think, 90% of the match. But Liv got a clean win over Shayna. So that's what she needed. I thought they did a good job of building Shayna up for the loss, if
Yes,
you will.
yes,
So kind of, I'm
yes. She
interested to
looked
see what they
great
do with
too.
Shayna from here. I did see. We'll talk about what happened on SmackDown, but I don't know.
Is
I'm
Shayna getting
interested
her
to see where
makeup
they
done by the
go.
same person that does Rhonda's makeup? Because it's very, very similar. Just
It was
saying.
pretty intense.
It was she. It
That
was
eye
like, I
makeup.
mean, that eye makeup was like, whew, whoa, like, I mean, wow, it was a lot.
Yeah, I mean, her and Ronda are besties, so they might share the same makeup artist.
Please lighten it up
Maybe
a little bit. I know you're supposed to be like the mean person, but sheesh, I feel like it like
it's.
over and it overshadowed her face, and she has a pretty face. She's not like, you know what I'm saying. Like, I feel like that dark makeup takes away from her,
I know Shayna's done that before, but
but not like that.
I, it's
Not like that, Stephanie. No, it wasn't
it's
that. It was that one was like, ooh, it was like,
Ronda. I think Ronda's makeup artist just like goes ham because he's like, all right, you want dark eyes?
right. Let me exactly, exactly.
Um, oops. So that was Clash. That was it for the women for Clash. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Again, great matches for both. Um, and we'll move into our next stories. With them. But first, let's cover All Out.
Yes.
A very long pay per view, but
Oh,
it was
girl.
good overall. To me, it was not the best All Out, if that makes
No,
sense.
absolutely not. I had high expectations for it, and unfortunately, I mean, it was
There was
good.
something missing for this one.
Right.
For me, as someone who does not, admittedly, does not follow AEW consistently, weekly, I do catch every single pay per view because I love
Hmm.
AEW pay per views. They deliver to
Yes.
me every
Yes.
time. This one was missing something, and I don't know what it was. I
Can't put
can't
your
put
finger
my
on it yet.
finger on it.
Yep.
Some of the matches that I felt should have been longer were very short. And I'm assuming it's because of the number of matches. That's why they were.
Right.
Some of them had to be short. Um, but there was, and don't get me wrong, there were some great matches. There were some good matches. I just something was missing for me with this pay per view this time.
Yeah.
It just wasn't hitting the same way.
Yeah.
Um, as far as the women goes, as we had said earlier, Thunder Rosa is out. So it was announced that there would be a match on All Out for interim AEW Women's Champion. That would include Britt Baker,
Yep.
Tony Storm, Hiro
Tony.
Kushida, and Jamie Hayter.
Yep.
I think going into this, I was rooting for Sheeta. I'm just a big Sheeta fan.
Yeah. Same.
I did not expect her to win. I was rooting for her. If I was expecting anybody to win, I actually thought it was gonna be Jamie Hayter. Because I thought
Mm,
that the her winning it would cause a rift between her and Britt. So I thought that's where they were gonna go with that.
right.
Um, the match itself was actually really good. Um, the women, I think, again, all had their strengths. Um, Sheeta actually ended up leaving the match, like looking like she was injured. And so
Right.
I was kind of like, oh crap, are they going to do like a switcheroo and put someone else
Hmm.
in there? I didn't know what they were going to do. But then she comes back out with two kendo sticks, like screaming, and I'm like,
Like a badass.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, I love this. So she didn't come back to the match. But in the end, Tony Storm won. She got the pin, and there ended up being some possible story advancement here between Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter.
Yeah.
Because Britt broke up Jamie Hayter's pin, and she was pissed. And she was like, "What are you doing? Like it's my time." And
Right.
yeah, so I think we'll finally get there. Maybe
Probably so. Maybe.
women's storylines advance incredibly slowly. Thank you, love you so much. Toni Storm picked up the win. She is your interim AEW Women's Champion.
Which
So,
I'm really excited for her.
very excited for her. I think this is her first world title win over here in the US. She
Yes.
was champion in NXT UK. But yeah, I'm excited for her. I'm excited to see what she does with her reign. Well, she's allowed to do with her reign, if you will. We will see.
Let's see
Hopefully
what
it's booked
happens.
better
Yeah,
than Thunder Rosa, but obviously when Rosa comes back, it'll be her versus Toni Storm.
correct. Yep.
To decide who is the undisputed AEW Women's
Yep.
Champion. So we will see. The other match on All Out for the women was Jade Cargill versus Athena. Athena had new wings because Jade
Yes.
destroyed her old ones. So she's like, bet. And then she got bigger,
I'll get
better
bigger
wings.
ones. Yep.
So she came out with her wings. She looked really cool. Jade came out as She-Hulk. I absolutely popped for that. I was like, oh my god. Like, this is perfect. Perfect. And
I love her costumes of choice. She always delivers.
4 months of build-up.
Yep.
And the match was like 5 minutes long. No.
It was a
4.
squash match, yo. It was really a squash match. It's so
I
unfortunate.
wouldn't call it a squash because Athena got some good offense in there. It was a good,
but they're better than
little
5
match.
minutes. It was better than
when you built it for this long, 4 minutes and 25 seconds. I knew SP3 was going to be there with the exact
They're better
time.
than that, friend. That was squash. I'm sorry. That was
Either
squash.
way, for the build that they were doing with this, because you have to remember, Athena debuted and went straight for Jade.
Correct, right.
So from her debut till now, it's been all about Jade and kind of the mixture of Jade and the baddies and Kris.
Right.
And I wasn't expecting Athena to win. I was expecting it to be a more competitive match because
at least give
who
them
is
like
going to
12
find
to 13
Athena
minutes.
as a threat at this point?
12
when you
to
lose
13
in 4
minutes.
minutes and 25 seconds.
Right. That was a disgrace. With all those matches on there, they definitely could have got at least 12 minutes.
Maybe not 12, but I expected at least 8 or 9 to tell a good story.
Not 4 minutes and 25 seconds.
SP said Toni also mentioned that Thunder Rosa says she's injured. Okay. When she says she's not injured, I'll beat her and unify the titles. So that's when I brought up earlier that there's some controversy over how legit the injury is.
Right.
I don't know why Rosa would just walk away though. Like it's
maybe she's sick of Tony's shit.
Cut the shit, Toni. Toni Storm though.
Hey everybody, it's Tony Schiavone of All Elite Wrestling, and this is True Hill Heat, and I said it right, you motherfuckers.
I was talking about Tony Khan, maybe she's sick of him.
Oh, that's Tony. There's too many Tonys at this point. Which Tony are we talking about? Okay, yeah, I don't know. I could see Rosa being maybe a little irritated with Tony Khan,
right?
For sure. In the booking because her booking
it hasn't
been good. Has been
not
pretty much horrible.
So I can understand where she might be frustrated, but I didn't think maybe like leaving, maybe a couple of days off, but for you to like want to just give the title away, I don't see that happening.
Like if it was about time off, just lose the title to Toni Storm and take your time off.
Right.
Like I think she is injured. I just don't know why Toni would say that.
Correct.
So I don't know because people were like, "Oh, maybe she was in character," but I'm like, Toni Storm's a babyface. That's something a heel would say.
Correct.
It doesn't make sense.
Right.
So unless they're turning Toni heel, I don't know. I guess we'll see. But it was very weird. Anyway, Jade Cargill, Athena. Jade got the win over Athena. I don't think anyone's surprised by that. I was just surprised about how short it was. We'll see. And we'll talk about Dynamite. Happened this week. Here later, but
I feel like she's going to go to 40 and then she's going to lose it.
37-0.
She's going to get to 40 and she's going to lose.
I'm thinking 50 at this point.
You thinking 50? Who else can she go through? That's the question.
She has to start recycling. Start recycling women. Get them off dark. Recycle them. I don't know. To be honest, gotta be honest, I kind of want Jade Cargill to take the AEW Women's title at this point. There you go.
She hasn't faced Toni yet. That's true. Title for title, maybe? Or just put the AEW title on?
I don't know. I kind of want her to be AEW Women's Champion at this point because she's more exciting than anybody who's in the running for AEW Women's Champion right now.
True.
But she has more standing, I should say.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see. I think Storm beats Rosa Tina for the title, and then Jake beats her before the end of the year. Ooh.
Okay. Wow.
I'm down.
Listen, hey.
I'm down.
That's fine.
Britt Baker didn't win. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
No. I just said that, and then that popped up. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Look,
sure did.
I have no problem with Britt Baker, but let's get some of the other women built up. Mm-hmm, let's build them up.
Very, very true.
Frantic said Toni Storm and Hikaru Kushida are going up against Britt Baker and Serena Deeb on Dynamite. I know. We'll get there.
No, really?
Calm down. Just kidding. Oh, we weren't even going to talk about NXT 2.0. Oh, I totally forgot.
I didn't forget, but go ahead. We can talk about it.
I forgot.
Okay. Let's talk about NXT. And let's talk about, we had Mandy Rose, who is the NXT champion, go against the girl from the NXT UK. I don't remember her name.
Miko Satomura.
Thank you very much, friend. There you go. Also to go against, who was the other one? I don't watch NXT, so that's the problem.
Blair
Davenport.
SP, I got it. Friend. I got it, SP.
Which is a great name, by the way. Too bad she's a loser. That she lost this match. I think that's a fantastic name. Anywho, however,
SP, we already said Miko Satomura.
Yes, thanks.
I was on it.
She definitely was. So now we have.
He put. I love how he reminded y'all. You did because I totally forgot about Worlds Collide.
Oops. So we had Worlds Collide, the women's match, right? So we had two matches actually. That was one of them.
Yes.
Going into this, had no expectations. Don't know about you, but I had nothing.
Me neither. I just wanted Mako to win. I know that much.
Right. I figured it was going to be one. I knew it was going to be Blair. I knew that.
No, we all knew that.
I didn't even know why Blair was even in it, but whatever. She doesn't have a title. Didn't make any sense to me. Make sense, but 2.0 does not make sense to me. With all that being said, it wasn't really a bad match.
It was not.
However,
it was actually really good. I actually enjoyed
it.
A lot. I was
with
impressed.
No expectation. I didn't know what to expect. And it was
impressed by Mandy. Mako is just great. She's just fucking great. Right. But I was impressed by Mandy. She held her own. I was actually Mandy's very impressed.
She's like Carmella. She's getting better and better as she keeps going. They keep pushing her. And this is something that they was not really doing when she was on SmackDown. So for her to be out
on the roster. Here she stands out. She stands out,
right?
And even if they do call it Toxic Attraction, the tag team, I want Mandy to stay in.
Right. I think she's would benefit better there, because I know if she call her back up, she's gonna get lost in the shuffle.
I think she has more presence now and more accountability, or not accountability. She has more presence and more status now that she has been NXT Women's Champion.
Yes.
So I do believe that if she makes it back to main roster, they would present her differently. Does that make sense? Like on main roster, they never really got behind her that much.
Right.
And I think now she has established a character. She has established a some prestige, if you will. Right. So I think she would be presented differently if she made it back to main roster. But for now, I think she needs to stay in 2.0.
Definitely needs to stay in 2.0. She'll benefit better there. She stands out more. She'll get lost in the shuffle if she comes back to the main roster. But thank you, Vala B, for your super chat. Who actually beats Mandy now?
I think it will still be Roxanne.
Roxanne or Alba.
They're going to rebuild, not rebuild, because she's doing well. I think Roxanne, because remember, Roxanne only lost because of Cora.
Right.
So I think they will eventually build Roxanne back up to be the person to beat Mandy. And it'll be next year. I think Mandy will hold it till next year. SP, I don't know. Not Rudy Giuliani.
Because they're building her up
even
too.
Been presenting her that much.
Yes, they're pushing her a lot over there. I see.
I wouldn't be against it. Like I get it. She has the stuff. I get it.
Right.
The others have lost to Mandy. Roxanne only lost because of Cora Jade. Remember that. Roxanne did not lose clean to Mandy in their one-on-one title match.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Anyway, so yeah, it was a good match. Mandy won. Mandy is the undisputed NXT Women's Champion. Roxanne lost to Mandy before that. I know. But I'm talking about the last title match they had. Roxanne did not lose clean.
Yeah.
All right, SP. And you're right. Nikita has all the stuff. I could see it happening. But when? I think Mandy holds it till next year. I really do. I just don't see her dropping it.
No.
This year.
They're gonna keep making her be like this badass woman that can't be stopped right now. So.
And then there was a second women's match on Worlds Collide. The tag match.
Yep.
Dewdrop and Nikki ASH made their NXT return to go against Kaden and Katana.
Yeah.
Another fun match. These ladies,
they're legit tag team. Yes,
they brought their game. And Dewdrop is so good, man. I love that woman. She's so good. The way she puts people over in a match is just amazing. And they ended up retaining. They retained against Nikki and Dewdrop. I'm not quite sure what they're doing with Nikki and Dewdrop.
Going back there, huh?
I don't know what they're doing. Like, it's like they're like trying to like. I think the backstory is they're trying to like make Nikki ASH maybe tougher, right? Because she lost the cape. She has a jacket on. On Raw, we saw her throwing her mask at Dewdrop in the background of a scene.
Yeah.
So I'm like, are they going somewhere? Like, I'm just trying to figure out what they're doing with them. Like,
what's the end game for her? I think they're really trying to figure out something for her. Yeah. Really, both of them, though?
Let's bring back Nikki AS. Let's bring back Crazy Nikki.
Yeah.
Please. Her and Dewdrop together would be incredible. And
if she's the crazy, yeah. If she changed the character, I think the Dewdrop is supposed to be like trying to like pull
it out. Yes. So it's been a slow process. That's why I'm like, where are they going with this? But we'll see. What are the comments? Maga the Stallion. I can't do this.
Oh yeah, she's a
Roxanne lost me before that. Roxanne versus Mika was a great match. It was. Roxanne versus Mika was a very good match. Can they bring back Nikki Cross and Piper Niven? There was like some rumor that came out a little bit ago that had kind of talked about maybe possibly changing Dewdrop's name back. It's grown on me.
Yeah,
I'm perfectly fine with it now. Her fans are called the Droplets. I just think it's like cute.
The Droplets.
It's grown on me at this point. I could give a shit if they change the name back or not, because the name does not make
the person,
the talent. Look at Gunther, for God's sake. People were shitting on his name change as well from Walter, but to me, Walter and Gunther are two different people.
They are.
SP
like, will tell you. He'll tell you. Walter was the bigger guy from the UK. Excuse me, at NXT UK, and who was dominating things. Now you have Volta, who is here, who is completely did a 180. Like you could you can't even recognize the
leaner, meaner, and stronger.
Yes, absolutely.
A whole nother level. So to me,
for sure.
And to me, Dewdrop has more of a character than Piper Niven ever had. So I just think I look at it as they're two different people. If you will. That's what I look at it as. If she changes her name back, great. If she doesn't, great. I don't even care anymore.
Yep.
To me, Dewdrop has totally grown on me, and it is what it is. So we'll see where we're going. Katana and Kaden did retain, so we will see what's next for them. Anyway, so that kind of wraps up what happened last weekend with the pay-per-views. Let's go into Raw. On Raw, we had Aaliyah and Raquel Rodriguez, the new women's tag team champions, versus Dewdrop and Nikki ASH.
Yeah. Just
Dewdrop and Nikki
around.
have been busy women.
Yep.
Literally on like every show.
Getting beat on every show.
Lord. So Nikki, they had a match on Raw. It was okay. Aaliyah doesn't do much for me. Didn't do much. Period. Raquel does all the work, but
all the time, every match. I don't even know why they gave them the titles. To be honest,
that's their
I don't
story.
get it.
Like Aaliyah is the one that gets beat on, and Raquel like comes and saves the day. That's kind of what.
That's kind of what it is. The big sister and the little sister.
All I ask is that Aaliyah stop jumping on Raquel for God fucking sake. You're not a child. Get off of her. Like I saw it on Friday. She did it again. And I was like, I just want Raquel to turn heel and just throw Aaliyah off of her.
Yes, absolutely. I cannot wait for that
into a table. It's gonna happen one day, and I can't
throw her into the table and then throw her into the steps. One of those. And I think things.
Raquel is better as a heel. Like the smiling thing for me, just whatever. Anyway,
we've been saying it since she debuted, friend.
Huh?
So we've been saying that from when she debuted. The smiling has got to stop.
That's me. I hear Steph saying in her mom goes, "Get down off of her." No, for real. That's all I'm thinking. And I'm like, get off of her. I'm like, what? Like, why do you have I get that you're excited, like, but every time she jumps on her constantly, and I'm like, get off of me.
Like, don't touch me either. Like, it's a lot.
Oh God, get off. Anyway, Dewdrop ended up getting pinned by Raquel after a powerless powerbomb. And
what was the face for?
A powerbomb. It wasn't that much of a powerbomb. Anyway, and I was pissed because I'm like, why is Dewdrop getting pinned? Again, that's my girl. Whatever. I'm gonna stand up for it. But yeah, it is what it is. They retained. Damage Control was watching in the back on a teleprompter. Yes. So obviously they still have their eyes on the prize that they did not lose.
Yeah, definitely.
In my opinion, they did not lose that match. So it was announced that this upcoming Monday, there will be a match between Aaliyah and Raquel versus Damage Control for the tag team titles to try and rectify that loss that they had.
Yep.
As Dakota, I can't remember at this point, but whoever got pinned was not the legal person in the match. So
the win doesn't really even count.
The win doesn't even count. And I'm like, why are we, what's this charade? Let's just stop it. Stop the cap. Also on Raw, Bayley, Damage Control, Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai all came out to do a promo. One of the funniest things. I fucking love Bayley. Bayley's just so good.
Bayley's great as this character. She can't go back. She can't go back.
I love her. I actually posted this on Twitter. What I love about this faction, unlike others, usually there's a leader and the others just look like followers, right?
Yes.
Bayley does a really, really good job of making sure Io and Dakota are getting just as much mic time, just as much air time, just as much ring time as she does. And that's how you bring other people up, right? Yep. Bayley's one of the 4 horsewomen. She's going to get the TV time and she's going to get the promo time, but she makes sure the other two get just as much.
Yep.
So in this promo, Dakota talked, Io talked, and Bayley talked, basically saying, "I beat Bianca. We're here celebrating."
Talking all this,
talking all this mess. Bianca comes out looking fabulous, by the way. Amazing. I think the men on Twitter about fainted. And she basically said, "It took all 3 of you to beat me. So did you really beat me, right?"
Right. That made her really like, yes.
Yeah. And then Bianca's like, "But if you're about it,
let's just do it.
Let's do it right now. Let's
Right.
go for the title. Bailey, and one of the cutest things I've ever heard and seen was like, I don't know if you've heard, but it's Labor Day, so I'm not working. And I was like, wow. Like, I was just like, oh my God, I love Bailey. Like, she was like, I'm not working, it's Labor Day. I was like,
I hope they're like giving them like the creative control to like say what they want and just like go out there and just like give it their all. Don't write them anything. Like let them do it themselves.
well, they all look way comfortable. It doesn't look like they're reading off a script, right?
Yep.
So I do feel part of it, like they have probably certain points to hit.
Yeah.
But other than that, like they all seem to be comfortable and don't sound like robot. Even Rhonda sounds better to me. So I know they must be giving some leeway. Yeah, not honestly. So anyway, so Bianca's like, if you're ready, I'm ready. And basically Bailey said, and another thing I love that she did, she's like, when I'm ready to go after the title, I will. But right now, it's about my girls getting redemption, right? And she kind of pushed them forward. And I was like, I love this. Like she's like basically saying, I'm putting my title opportunity on the back burner, and we're focusing on the tag titles for these two.
Right.
And again, this is just another way of bringing people up and putting them over in a faction without completely making them seem like background side bodyguards.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm,
so I love that. I loved it. So we don't have a match yet between Bianca and Bailey, but
it's coming soon. Yeah,
we'll
it's
see.
Coming.
Because she did say her priority right now was making sure her girls got tag title shots.
Correct.
First. And so again, we will see what happens.
That was the line of the night. It's Labor Day and I'm not working.
Don't know if you heard, but it's Labor Day. I'm not working. I was like, she's like, I'm just here to celebrate. I was like, I can't. Jesus, I love her so much. So yeah, that was it for Raw, I believe. I don't think I'm missing anything. Poppy.
It's the slick back mullet. And then
she had the little poppy braid in the back, and I was like, Rhea, stop it. Stop it. So Rhea
and that's how you do dark makeup.
Basically tells Ray, I saw potential in him, and I made Dominic a man, and everyone lost their crap.
It was like, oh.
And so yeah, she's kind of his guide, I guess, if you will. They came out, watched Ray get beat up by Damian Priest. And I don't know. I kind of love this role for Rhea. It almost feels like she's the leader.
Yeah.
In a way.
I definitely think
that she's kind of the one running things and controlling things. And
which I wouldn't be mad at though. Like, why wouldn't you like do
I love it?
Like I love that. Change it up a little bit.
I love it. Yeah, I remember when they first started as a faction, and me and you were talking about it, and I was like, I don't want them to throw Rhea in the background because they tend to do that with women in factions. Right. They kind of become the background, and I very much feel like Rhea is
like she's like in the forefront. Yep, absolutely.
And I love that. And so I do want to see her wrestle though. So I'm like, who are we feuding against?
Right.
I thought we were going with Beth there for a minute, but
it's fine. It's okay.
We'll see kind of where it goes. You know what I'm kind of hoping?
What?
I'm hoping Escobar.
I want them to come. Yes.
Comes up with his faction and
helps Ray.
And kind of helps Ray out because Ray is outnumbered very badly.
He needs Familia to come and help him out. Yeah.
Well, sounds like Edge. They wrote Edge off, I think, probably till Crown Jewel would be my guess. Yeah. So Ray needs some help. So I'm kind of hoping it's going to be Escobar and his family, if you will. So, and then Rhea does have someone to feud against because Elektra Lopez
is Elektra. Yeah, I think that would be great. So I do want to see Rhea wrestle. So hopefully that gets there. But I am enjoying the character work. I'm enjoying her kind of being the leader of this, and we'll see where it goes. But good for Rhea. Monet said, I loved her saying what Poppy wants, Poppy gets. That's right. That's absolutely
right, CM said, I love Pam supporting Mercedes and Trinity in real life. I know their friendship is wonderful. I do love to see that. She was like literally hanging out with him in New York the whole time. It
Yeah,
looked like
yeah.
because they were at a game with Titus, at a
Mhm,
Yankees
mhm.
game. Like it just looks like people. I think most of the people that they worked with support them very much. At least as far as talent goes.
Right.
So it's really good to see. I like how Bailey responded on Twitter in character, like you're lucky I didn't trip you on the runway. I'm like, Bailey, stop. Like I can't. She's
Then she sent a message to Michael Cole, which was funny too. You know how
Did
she
she?
can't stand Michael Cole.
I didn't see that. Oh, that's awesome. Frantic said this Dom storyline doesn't make any sense.
It does kind of though.
It just started.
Right.
It does to me. Again, and we mentioned this last week on our recap show, but I'm really hoping to start seeing some layers from Dominic.
Right. Right.
Right now, obviously, he just turned. He's
Heel.
kind of new. Maybe he's questioning some things.
His first time
but
being
Rhea's
a
in
heel.
his ear.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of hoping you start seeing some layers of evil, if you will, from him. And he kind of breaks out because right now, I think, as most people said, he's lacking some charisma.
Right.
But hopefully we'll get there. Cole misses Bailey when she's not around. Like Cole versus Bailey is probably an all-time feud that needs to last their whole rest of their careers at this point. Mm-hmm. So I hope Cole's the one that inducts Bailey into the Hall of Fame because I just think it'd be hilarious for me. It'll probably be Sasha, but still, you know what I mean. Like I'm kind of
be up there, kind of saying something.
Yes. So that was it for Raw. We can go into Dynamite.
Yes.
And correct me if I'm wrong, it was just one women's segment. So number one, this Dynamite had a lot looming
going
over
on.
it.
Yeah. Yep.
Because of the drama that happened after All Out. There was a melee, if you will, in the back between some of the male stars of the show. Apparently Larry was kind of the star of the show, keeping his cool as a dog, and everyone else lost their shit. But either way, I think a lot of people were anticipating this Dynamite, like what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a work?
All the
Is
other
this
stuff.
real?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the focus was on the men, unfortunately, because of all this drama. But Toni Storm did have a match against Penelope Ford, who we don't see nearly as often as I feel like we should. So I really like Penelope Ford. I think they could do some great things with her in character. But they just don't put her on as much. I think they should. So Toni and her went at it. Toni got the win, of course, and retained. That was it.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
It was quick. It was quick. So I guess
was that more than 4 minutes?
I don't know how long it was. It seemed very quick. Filmation, good morning. Yeah, I don't know if Sid knows how quick that was, but either way, I think it was just to obviously build Toni, get a real W. But I'm like, all right, let's see what's next for her. As the interim AEW Women's Champion.
Oh, we didn't talk about NXT.
Who would you want to see go against?
Toni Storm?
Yeah.
I think Athena would be great. I think
but she just lost to Jade. Does she really have anything to stand on to be like, I also deserve an AEW Women's Championship shot? You know what I mean?
Well, I'm not talking about like more as far as like for the
you mean like in the future you would like to see Athena versus got you.
But as far as
I would
championship, like championship right now, Sheeta would be great.
I would like to see Jamie Hayter go for it because she was really close to winning until Britt obviously broke it up. So, but I think they're going to go into Britt and Jamie. I'm assuming. So we'll see. But I would like to see Jamie kind of go after it. I know AEW has a ranking system, and I'll be honest, guys, I do not follow it. So I have no clue who has the most wins and losses and who's close to.
I don't either.
Who's up for a women's championship shot at this point. I truly have no clue. So I kind of would like to see Jamie Hayter go after it.
Right.
and just do a one-on-one with Toni, because they actually had those really good matches before
Right.
Toni was champion. So I would like to see it happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't necessarily want Jamie to get an L either. So I don't know. We'll see.
That's true. But somebody's got to lose, so it won't be the champ
SB
right
said there is no need to follow it because they don't.
now. The ranking. He's talking about the ranking.
Oh, I'm like, follow what? You saw me over here confused as hell. I'm like,
she
what's he
was
talking
so
about?
confused. She was like, "What is he talking about?"
I'm like, follow the match? I'm like, no, what?
No, he's talking about the
Okay,
ranking.
the ranking thing, I don't get, guys. I don't get it, because I see with the men, at least on their side, like who should be getting title matches, but other people do. And I'm like, but your
That's
ranking,
also true.
just get rid of it. If you're not going to follow it, just get rid of it, because it's confusing.
SP said the match was just over 5 minutes with picture in picture.
Oh, okay. That's not horrible.
No.
Again, we knew Penelope wasn't going to lose, but or win, excuse me. But I mean, it was good. I want to see a story built for Toni, though.
Right.
The same time and an effort that goes into men's stories, I want to see happen for Toni. FTR has been number 1 for 4 months. They weren't even in the tag title match at All Out, and I'm like, that makes zero sense to me. CM said love Penelope's growth, and that the first match wasn't against Nyla. Now give Nyla something. Oh,
Nyla hasn't had anything like good happen for a while.
The last time we saw her was against Thunder Rosa for Thunder Rosa's first defense,
yeah.
right? Yeah, maybe that's Toni's first bigger feud.
Yeah,
because Nyla tends to bring the best out of people in those things. So I would like to see that. I'm down for that.
Abaddon.
CM said FTR has too many damn titles.
No, they don't. I like them with all the titles. It's actually pretty cool.
CM, that was great. Boy Blue, what's up? Hope everyone's doing well. I'm getting ready for football. By the time I forgot to defrost my wings yesterday, so I'm trying to sleep through them now.
Yes, it's a big day. It's football day.
It is football day. That's why we're trying to get through this, people. We're trying to get through this. Anyway, that was it for Dynamite. We'll see where Toni goes and what's next for her. I think now that people mention it, I would like to see Nyla.
Yes.
Maybe Britt Baker, as long as Toni retains. But we'll see.
Someone said in the chat, I'm not sure who it was. They said Abaddon too.
Oh, I like it. We haven't seen her
forever, and I love her character. I want to see her more.
She's so different.
Yes.
I'll be honest, guys. She kind of scares me.
But that's the point. She's supposed to. She's like
I know.
Scary
monster
She's doing her
from
job
a movie. Very well.
Right.
I'm a little scared.
That's a lot to put on to get ready just for
Yes. I actually want Nyla versus Jade. Ooh. They've never gone against each other?
That's a good one, CM.
I guess they haven't. I'm thinking. I guess they haven't.
Film Nation says Chris Statlander.
To be honest, guys, I actually have been saying for quite some time that Chris Statlander should be the one to take the title off of Jade. So I'm actually looking forward to that feud. Hopefully when she gets back, they'll start building her up so she can be the person to beat Jade.
Yeah.
But we'll see. But I would love Chris Statlander to be the one to dethrone Jade. Jade and Nyla have only faced in a 3-way with Thunder Rosa. Wow. Okay. Then yeah, I would like to see Jade versus Nyla. But I think Nyla would also be a great first feud for Toni. But
correct.
We'll see what they do. I just want some stories and build for the women. Again, just as much time and effort put into the men's, I'd like to see put into the women's.
Really?
Yes, that is her. That's what I'm saying. When she gets back, I hope they start building her up to be the person to dethrone Jade. So
yes.
We will see.
Film Nation says he loves Chris Statlander's armpits. Okay, friend.
Sir, we're not going to say anything. To each his own.
Nyla versus Jade would be a banger. It's crazy how Jade has developed since her debut. She's like a player in Madden. You draft her and then she's the X Factor.
I agree.
Yes,
Jade,
Blue.
I mean,
Yes.
I think after we heard Jade was training with Brian Danielson, I think we
Yes,
all
you
knew
can see
that her
you can see
game
the
was going to
difference.
step up from there
Yep.
because he's one of the best. I mean, if not the best in the world, he's one of the best in the world. Jamie Hayter should be the one who said beat Jade Cargill. I'd rather have Jamie Hayter win the AEW Women's title, to be honest with you. She is getting organically very popular and organically over as a heel with the AEW fan base. And I think she would do well with that title. I would like to see that for her. Sorry that you said something. We did not cover NXT. Again, we're trying to get through this quickly. However, I can't stop without mentioning Roxanne versus Miko Satomura. I was absolutely flabbergasted. Like I they're both great. I'm a huge Roxanne fan, but I was not expecting them to have the chemistry that they did. Just out the gate. Amazing.
Out the gate for sure. Maybe they was practicing or something. I don't know.
Match.
Yes.
I actually watched it twice. Just some of those spots, man. Like I was popping the whole time.
Yeah.
Two amazing, talented women and two completely different generations.
I was shocked. I was so blown away by them.
So
I mean,
so good. And
it's their first time meeting, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, to have the kind of chemistry they did just out the gate.
Right.
First match they've ever done together in the ring. this is true. Mako can pull a good match out of anyone, but Roxanne is just that great, guys. Roxanne is to me the future. And I and you know, this meant a lot to Roxanne. She posted afterwards, saying it's like a dream come true working with Mako. And I don't know. To be honest, I was kind of hoping I would see more from the two of them, but I don't know how long Mako's staying over here. So we will see kind of what happens with that.
That's also true. They'll probably get, there's only a certain amount of time they could stay over here.
Yes. Dewdrop and Nikki ASH on NXT went against Toxic Attraction. Another really good match.
I thought Homegirl was injured.
She was it looks like, I forgot who kicked her. I think it was Gigi. I don't remember. Someone kicked her in the nose. So Dewdrop was bleeding from the nose at the end. We haven't gotten any reports saying that she's out or injured or whatever. So hopefully it was just, a kick to the nose, a little nose irritation or whatever. But Dewdrop, I don't know. I don't know if you guys were on Twitter, but she got a lot of love after this match from so many people because
she went through it with her face.
Well, the way she puts people over, like she's a great worker, and I'm hoping under Triple H she gets to work a lot more as she did with Piper Niven, or even before that, as Viper, and I because she can do a lot. She can go. This woman can go. And if you've ever watched any of her old stuff, she's not doing nearly a quarter of the stuff that she's doing maybe a quarter of what she can do. So I'm kind of hoping they give her a little bit more free reign.
Right.
And again, she just received a lot of love after that match on Tuesday. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to, if they're not going to push the tag team, I want them to get behind Dewdrop fully as a badass woman, because she can go. She's a top contender, in my opinion, for a title. So I'd like to see it.
And we don't have much big girls
to go on her own without Dewdrop, in my honest opinion. Again, if they're not going to push the tag team, let's just separate them and have them become single stars again. Because again, I think Dewdrop could thrive on her own now. Nikki ASH to me still needs something.
So she needs someone in her corner to like make her like seem, I don't know, if we make her heel, I think she can stand out more.
She was a heel.
She was, but
I mean, she is a heel. Actually, she's a heel now. I just
I don't see her
The
standing out
superhero
though.
shit just isn't working for me.
Yeah.
It's just not. I'm sorry. I know it was her idea, and I respect that, and she gave it a try. I just don't know if it's clicking the way they want it to.
Right.
Which is why I keep bringing up these backstage things you see of them fighting and her losing the cape. So I'm like, are we going somewhere with this? Is this leading to something? Or is it just her wearing a mask with a jacket? Like, what are we doing?
And they turn it black instead of it being blue and yellow.
Yeah, and actually I do like the black gear, I'll be honest. I
It
think
looks
I like
better.
it better. But
There's nothing
she needs
happening
more.
with it. Yeah.
If she is without Dewdrop, I just feel like she's gonna fall into the background a bit. So we'll see. Boy Blue said, bring back Mighty Molly to manager her. Let Mommy be her Alfred. Not even that, Boy Blue. I actually was hoping, especially after their interaction at Royal Rumble, I was actually hoping they'd feud. Like Mighty Molly and Nikki ASH, like feud, because Nikki was a heel. And so, or she is a heel, excuse me. So I actually would like to see them feud because I think Molly could actually put her over pretty huge in that. But again, that didn't happen. So we'll see. I don't know. They need to do something with Nikki. I would love to see Nikki Cross back, if we're being honest. Or some rendition of
You just
that.
want to see her as Nikki Cross.
Well, she was just crazy and kind of like unpredictable, and it was just fun. Nikki Cross was fun to me, whether she was face or heel. So maybe some rendition of that, but we'll see. CM says seems like a slow transformation. It is. It's been very slow. It took like 3 months to get rid of the cape.
Right. They didn't haven't made note of it, her color change at all. They never said anything. Like,
I think they mentioned the gear. I think they said, "Oh, she's wearing black gear," but that's about it.
I don't remember hearing any of that, but
it was briefly. It was like I think they said, "Oh, Nikki with a new look," like something like that. It wasn't like, "Oh, she's wearing black gear, guys." Like she just said, "Oh, Nikki came out with a new look" or something like that. And I'm like, okay. Nikki ASH character should have died after lost the Raw's women's title. Everything after that has been a waste of time.
I wouldn't say
I'm fine with her being in a tag team.
Right. I wouldn't say
but what are we doing with the tag team? Like, again, you have Badass Dewdrop. You have Nikki ASH being a superhero. They have like this friction. Are they face? Are they heel? Are they... Is Nikki making some transformation out of the superhero character? What are we doing? That's all we want to know.
That's what it is. They're doing nothing. Here? That's why people are like, don't know what's happening because they don't know what's going on. They don't. Right. They don't. I think creative doesn't even know what to do with her. To be honest,
I don't know, guys. I don't know. I just miss all the Hollies, Crash, Molly, and Hardcore Bob. I know. The Hollies were great. That was great TV. See, to me, that superhero gimmick was fun. Like, their characters had depth to them. Like, to me, Nikki just smiles and says, "Okay, let's fight." And I'm like, what?
Is that your accent?
To all my Scottish friends, I apologize. My accents are horrible, and that was my attempt at sounding like Nikki. So I apologize. That was horrible. Make Nikki ASH have another singles Niven and the rest of the women. What? Oh, I read 2 different ones. Sorry. Make Nikki ASH have another singles title run. She needs more for me before she has another title run. I'm sorry.
No, don't give her a title. No, not now.
She needs more to her character and to her story, or a good feud before I can see her getting a title back.
Yes.
Anyway, let's move on to SmackDown. There was a 5-way, excuse me, for the #1 contendership for the SmackDown Women's Championship to earn a title match at Extreme Rules against Liv Morgan. It was Natalya versus Sonya Deville versus Ronda Rousey versus Lacey Evans versus Xia Li. I was pleasantly surprised.
It was actually really good.
It was an elimination match. It was really pleasantly surprised. I absolutely popped for Sonya Deville versus
Me
Ronda.
too. Mm-hmm.
I absolutely loved this, and I
When
was
she
like,
put her
I
hair in that
want.
ponytail, I was like,
I
"Let's
know.
go,
And when he said
girlfriend.
her
Let's
old tag
go."
long, and Cole said her old tagline, "Put your hands up and square up, or put your hair up and square up." I was like, oh my god! I was like, and it's not even that. They automatically went to mat work and started doing takedowns, and I was like, yes, like this is it. Like this is what I want to
I knew
see in
Sonya
a
wasn't gonna
Ronda
win,
match.
but I was just like, "Oh, girl, do this. Show them
Yes.
who you are, girl. Like,
And
get
I
it."
feel like as much as I liked Boss Sonya, I feel like this part of her has been lost. And I'm like, bring this back because this is fun, right? And
I feel like they
honestly,
can make her so much
Sonya,
bigger, though. I feel like Sonya could be such a crazy heel.
she
Like,
could.
make her a badass. Like turn that boss Sonya and turn it like Sonya could bring it. I'm rooting for
I
Sonya.
kind of now want to see a Sonya Ronda Shayna faction. I want to see it.
Ooh,
Just all fighters, right? Like I
ooh.
would love to see
You
it.
know, I don't like Ronda Rousey. I'm down for the other two. I don't know about Ronda, but sure, whatever.
But Ronda needs other people to bring her up on as far as the WWE superstar promo.
Mm-hmm.
Do you mean like she needs other people? I think around her
Like
to
help carry.
help carry what she's lacking in. Does that make sense?
God, okay,
She has the
okay,
name, right?
yes,
She has
yes,
the name.
okay. I
But
get it.
what she is lacking in, as far as promo skills or whatever it might be, I think other people around her in a faction, like if she led a faction, I think it could work. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Yes.
And I feel like Sonya could fit that well. She would have to change her character again a little bit, but I just think they could work really well together. I absolutely loved this part of the match. I was like,
Yes,
this is really good. Like I was like, I like this.
I was so excited, especially like you said, a square up when she was like put her hair in ponytail and Ronda's there like waiting. I was like, okay, I want to see more of them. I want to see more of these two like in the ring together, like because they have clearly good chemistry to do something. And like you said, if we can maybe have someone behind Ronda, she might have more appeal to others.
No, I and this is what I like to see from Ronda.
Right.
Like she is a jujitsu black belt. Like get down on the ground, do some mat work, do some. And I know understand that not all talent can necessarily do that, but if you can, I want to see that. I want to see the scrapping. I want to see the rolling around, the rolling out of the ring, fighting, punching. Like it was just, I really loved it. Obviously Ronda pinned Sonya. I even liked right when they were the last two. They were standing there kind of staring off at each other first, and like the crowd was like popping because they were like,
yes,
this is actually pretty cool.
This is good.
Right?
Yeah, this is good. Like they didn't expect those two to be like the last two.
That. I did not expect a face off between Ronda and Sonya to pop me, but it did. And I was like, this is
did.
So
it was
cool.
so
like,
good.
I loved it.
Good.
So I really enjoyed that. Ronda ended up winning. She ended up doing the ankle lock on Sonya Deville. Sonya tapped. And so Ronda will be going against Liv Morgan at Extreme Rules on October 8th. Liv was watching on from the stands. They just kind of stared each other down from their respective places. And we have a rematch, folks. I don't know. How do you feel about Ronda going against Liv Morgan again? And what do you think might happen? Because Liv's already beat her.
Right.
Maybe not clean, but she's beat her.
I'm thinking that Ronda will win because if I don't see Ronda losing again, like
right.
I know she's here to be a regular wrestler like everyone else, but I'm like, you're gonna make her lose again? Then
the only way I see Ronda losing was how I thought she was going to lose last time, and that's Charlotte Flair comes back.
True.
That's the only way. And Ronda just takes out both her and Liv, and it's a DQ. That's the only way I could see Ronda taking another loss. Or Ronda wins and then Charlotte comes out. So we'll see. I expect Charlotte to be back this year. So we'll see. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Would have liked someone like Xia Li to get that shot. I love Xia Li. I think
Yes.
she has the look, she has the moves. Let's do something with her, man. Like, she's good. She's good. But I would have liked to see a new matchup. We haven't seen Liv versus Saya, so I would have loved to see. And it's Extreme Rules. It's not a major pay per view. I would have, but after the match, there was a backstage scene because I thought we were going to go into Shayna versus Ronda. But there was a backstage scene with Ronda and Shayna, where Shayna's like, "Congratulations on winning," blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And Ronda's like, I know you're a little bummed out from losing at Clash, and she basically said, "When you're ready to be a badass again, let me know. When you're ready for the spotlight, and let me know." And I'm like, what does that mean?
Right. Like, what are you like insinuating? Like, I'm in the spotlight. I'm confused. Like, was it a foreshadowing, underline? Like, was it shade? I don't know. Like, I don't know what to call it.
She's like, well, she's throughout that she lost, right? She's like, I know you're bummed that you lost, but let me know when you're ready to be in the spotlight again, or whatever. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like,
right.
To go against her, to be with her, like, what does that mean? I'm curious to see what Sid thinks about this, because I know Ronda's his girl. Boy Blue said Ronda has all the charisma of a store brand white bread.
You know what? Oh. Not like Target store, like the Target store brand, like Dollar General.
Not Dollar General white bread. Wow. Ronda challenged Liv to Extreme Rules match. Extreme Rules, correct? And that's the thing too. I'm hoping under Triple H, Extreme Rules actually has Extreme Rules matches.
Girl, like, this is one pay-per-view where either like do it or just cut it off the like
why are we calling it Extreme Rules without any Extreme Rules matches?
Without last year we had not one Extreme
Not
Rules
one.
match. But we had a pay-per-view that said Extreme Rules.
So I'm hoping every single match to me should have a stip of some kind. Every single
something. Or someone pick it. Like, let's pick, like, have the people vote on like what it can be. I don't know. Make it fun. But like, I don't know.
But we'll see what happens. You're right. I don't see Ronda taking another L. I don't know if they want to keep it on Liv. I'm not quite sure. I don't know what the whole thing with Shayna and Ronda was.
Right.
Part of me is like, if they work together, could Triple H be pulling an okie doke on everybody and bringing back the 4 horsewomen of MMA? Could that happen? And do we want that to happen?
Do we want Do we want that to happen? One, and then two.
A lot of people
the
are
original
like, missed opportunity. But I'm like, if you look at the stature and status of the 4 horsewomen of WWE and the 4 horsewomen of MMA,
well, one of the girls is signed to AEW right now.
Is Marina signed? I wasn't sure. That's why I was like, can that happen? Because I didn't know if she was signed or if she was just there on like a handshake deal or what. So either way, we'll see what happens with Ronda and Shayna, because I think Shayna's going to cost Ronda the title. Yeah, that could be the other way. Ronda loses at Extreme Rules, is if Shayna interferes.
Yeah,
we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. That was it. Oh, sorry. SmackDown also had Toxic Attraction versus Raquel and Aaliyah. I'm so happy to see Toxic Attraction. Like, they fit very well on main roster.
Yes. I was surprised that they were, one, I thought one was injured. Two, I was like, they were just on NXT the other day and they're on SmackDown, which is fine for me. I'm loving that they can do both shows, which is great. Give them more, TV time. Get bigger crowds.
Exposure.
Exposure. I'm happy to see Toxic Attraction like out here.
Me too.
I hope that they do go to the roster. Right. They work well on SmackDown. I wish they would have won, but hey, it's okay.
Yeah, Raquel and Aaliyah got the W over Toxic Attraction. Aaliyah jumped on Raquel again. And I lost my shit. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think that Toxic Attraction can do very well on the main roster. I think they have the charisma for it. I love JC Jane. Like she has so much charisma. I just she's in the way she like shit talks the crowd already. Like they'll make it on main roster, I think. Well, I don't know if they're testing the waters with them, or if they're just gonna keep it kind of the way it is with them kind of working both shows as needed. But we'll see. I did not watch Rampage. Did you watch Rampage?
I did watch Rampage. Rampage was good. The Serena Deebs can never do like you. You know how I feel about Serena Deebs. I love her. She's amazing. It's just
she really is.
how they book her. But other than that, she goes out and gives all her everything every time she goes out there. She always gives you a banger. The technical wrestling is just that's for me.
It's really good.
She won.
She did win. She did win.
Rampage.
What are we doing with her next? I think there was a quote from Claudio.
She needs a belt.
There was a quote from Claudio saying how he thinks she'd be a great addition to the Blackpool Combat Club.
Ooh, put some female energy into the group. I'm not mad at that at all. And William Regal is amazing. Yes. I wouldn't be mad. Yeah.
And she kind of fits that scrappy, like knows how to technical wrestling. Like I kind of like that idea.
Yeah, she's very edgy. She's not like the rest of the people. She beats to her own drum, and that's what they do in that group. So she's definitely worth being in that group. Yes, I wouldn't be mad at that at all. Make it happen.
I would like to see it, to be honest with you. The fact that he said it, I would hope means they're at least talking about it. But I think she'd be a great addition.
Yes.
And it gives her something. It gives her something else, another layer, right? So, because she's a great wrestler. It's kind of book her as this. She's a good wrestler, but there's not much more going on for her. And I would think the Blackpool Combat Club, I think, would give her that extra oomph, if you will.
Yeah. Push her up a little bit more.
I would like to see it. I would
like
to see it.
Go up.
But yeah, that was it. I will end by saying I would like to see a lot more women's segments and stories in AEW. And I would like to see some more consistency with certain things in WWE. But overall, we have a lot of great wrestling happening right now. I think under Triple H, WWE will make way better strides with the tag team wrestling for women than Vince ever did. I think we already kind of see it, right? We had a tournament. We actually have tag team matches happening all across the board. So I guess we'll get there. I do not know if Sasha and Naomi are returning or when, if they are. We'll see. We'll see. But that was it, folks, for the week in wrestling. There's a lot of great wrestling happening, and we really do appreciate you guys joining us. Welcome back, Serving Face and Hills. And thank you, Boy Blue. He said, "Love this show, ladies. You always brighten up my Sunday morning." Thank you, Boy Blue. You enjoy your football, sir. Hopefully, you get those wings.
Yes, I hope you're. What kind of wings? Yeah, what kind of wings are you making? So.
Are we invited?
Right.
Are we invited for some wings?
Now, do you just have wings? You have like dip, like you have nachos. Like maybe I'll make some nachos today.
Frantic said Dante Martin and Rob Van Dam won their tag match against the Trustbusters, Ari Daivari, and Sonny Kiss at Saturday Night Nitro. Nice.
Okay.
Thank you, Frantic, for that update, because I did not know that.
Frantic
Nation said hashtag give Serena Deeb TV time. Yeah, I mean, they just need to give her something more. We know she's a great wrestler, right? But again, Boy Blue, thank you so much for the super chat donation. You rock. We still want to know what kind of wings you're making. We're waiting. If you say something that I like, we're expecting an invite and for you to ship some, or usually ship half lemon pepper. I haven't even read the rest. I'm already done. I'll be there.
Half lemon pepper, half truffle
butter, buffalo sauce. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it sounds amazing.
Okay,
and then a frozen DiGiorno.
Butter, buffalo
Boy Blue is my kind of person.
That?
Look at this. He said, and a frozen DiGiorno. I love it. Oh,
and a frozen. Okay, I can't be mad at the DiGiorno either.
I cannot. You can't be mad at the DiGiorno at all.
But the half lemon pepper and the truffles would take me out. Make my mouth water a little bit, just a tinge.
Lemon pepper is my favorite. So the moment I saw that, I was like, well, I'll be there. Done.
Anytime you're in Atlanta. Okay, Blue. Gonna make sure we hit you up if we're in Atlanta.
I'm saving that comment.
Yes.
I'm going to screenshot it.
Yep.
And then be like, when I show up and you're like, why are you here? And I'm be like, well, you said.
You said that we can come over for the half lemon and half truffle butter wings, friend.
Anyway, thank you guys for joining us. Miss Krssi, where can they find you throughout the week?
Okay, friends, you can find me. We're here Sundays doing Serving Face and Heels. On Fridays, I go in blue with my boy Steve. We do the SmackDown review. He is a little on, break right now, but it's okay. Other than that, you can find me every Saturday for our flagship show, which is True Hill Heat, friends. Other than that, it's on Facebook, IG, and Twitter. Krssi Love _1 or True Hill Krssi Love. And my friend Stephanie, where can the lovely people find you, my love?
You can't, guys. I'm shutting it down. I'm just kidding. You can find me on Twitter. Sorry. Just kidding. You can find me on Twitter at Stephanie Hypes. I get on there throughout the week, here and there. Comment, message me. I may not get back to you. Sorry. You can find me here on Serving Face and Hills on Sundays, every Sunday morning. Now that we're back.
Yes.
Again, life happens, people. We're grown people. Mm-hmm. Life happens. You can also find me on Getting Red with Steve Falls on Mondays. He's about to have a baby, so we're about to change it up a little bit. So we'll see. We're working on something new, so we'll see how that goes. Yes. But either way, you can always hit me up, like I said, on socials. I am on Instagram, Stephanie Hypes with 2 S's. And again, have a great Sunday, you guys.
Yes.
Enjoy football. It's the first full Sunday of football. I don't know why we have class
Happy
review
birthday
up there.
To your hubby.
Go watch that.
I hope he has a great day.
Yes, it was my husband's birthday today. We partied a little hard last night.
Spoil him as much as you're supposed to today on his day because it's a holiday.
He's still sleeping, guys. He's still
good.
Sleeping. This is pretty great because you were on the Clash review. Okay, that's what I thought. But then you flashed it and took it down. I'm like, I'm so confused. If you missed it, go watch our Clash of the Champions, Clash at the Castle review on the True Hill Heat channel. There's me, myself, Krssi. I said me, myself, Lord. Me, Krssi Love, SP3, and JJ. All talking about Clash at the Castle. I thought it was a fun review, recap show.
Yep.
You can check it out on the channel. Coming up next on True Hill Sports is football.
Yes.
Nice.
All day, guys. They got games all day. 12-hour shift. Join Romeo. Romeo is going to be drinking lots of monsters. Lots of monsters all day.
Enjoy football, guys. Enjoy your Sunday. Thank you for joining us. We will see you next week.
Have a great
on
week, guys.
Serving Face and Hills.
Bye.
Bye.